So I will show you how our cardiology description group will work and how my video will work. In the search of the group, I will just type as typical angina and I will search for it. So it will come like this. Always I have shared already that how to go. So typical angina, there are 7 choices and you go up and up and up. In the 7th choice, you will get when we are going to start. This is where we started it. This is the typical angina should satisfy 3 characters. This is how we started our evening discussion. Okay, so evening discussions I used to share some screenshots from Braunwald and other reference books, and in the evening we used to discuss. So this is how the screenshot was, like the typical angina, the characters are there, and then the all the physical examination screenshots are there, leopard, lamb, carney, all those. The plucked chicken appearance of axilla is seen in pseudoxanthum elasticum. They are all there. And Loeys Dietz syndrome, AR in osteogenesis imperfecta. This is one of the important, like the reverse differential cyanosis in newborn is seen in TGA with aortic arch anomaly with preductal coarctation of aorta or interrupted aortic arch also, and TGA with pulmonary hypertension, TAPVC above the diaphragm, and also anomalous right subclavian artery connected by the ductus to the right pulmonary artery. So this is one of the questions usually asked, like differential cyanosis which is reversed in all our causes except. So PDA with the reversal of shunt will not come, but otherwise TGA with PDA with reversal of shunt will come. Anything in TGA or TAPVC or anomalous right coronary artery will come. Interrupted aortic also will also. And then again we have shared the extremities, so the finger as thumb is in Holter syndrome, all those things are there. And this is very important, the JVP which is raised about 3 centimeter above is abnormal, and that is how it is done, and at least 10 centimeter from the, but usually it is now considered if you are sitting in sitting position, if there is any raised JVP, then any JVP seen above clavicle is a raised JVP. So this all we have discussed below, that is AC, V wave, what is with that, what is that, and all. Somewhere between the short ECG also, and this is also their carotid massage fails next to do. Usually adenosine, but I don't know what they have given. But adenosine is when patient is asymptomatic and there is tachycardia, carotid massage has failed. Usually tachycardia, I take it as a symptomatic tachycardia as narrow complex, even now if wide complex RAOT or fascicular VT. So in all those conditions, we would have to try adenosine first. I have shared this one also, that how adenosine works. Adenosine is in regular narrow QRS tachycardia, what is the response you will get and what is the diagnosis then. If there is no effect, then most probably you are dealing with a inadequate dose or delivery, or like 6 mg is not sufficient, or high septal VT. High septal VT may be having very narrow complex tachycardia, but it's a VT. So you would have to deal with beta blockers or CCBs or antiarrhythmics. Gradual slowing, then re-acceleration. There is a gradual slowing and then is a re-acceleration. So it's a sinus tachycardia. Most of the time it's just for 3 seconds it reduced the AV nodal conduction, and again AV nodal conduction is coming, so it's a sinus tachycardia. Or automatic focal AT, that is, it is only in the atrial territory only. It's in the automatically, and it's also not re-entry, it's a automatic focal atrial tachycardia. So it's automatic focal atrial tachycardia, so it's AV conduction same as its automatic focal AT will be similar to sinus tachycardia. Only the thing is that the sinus node is not automatically generating the this rhythm. So it's a automatous focal AT, but it's a ectopic sinus rhythm. So it's similar to sinus tachycardia. Junctional ectopic tachycardia, yes, it's junctional ectopic tachycardia. So you give adenosine, again it will be coming back. But sudden terminations are there where the re-entry circuits are there. Very important. AVNRT, AVRT, obviously they have a re-entry circuit across the AV node. So once the re-entry circuit shock is given, the sinus rhythm will start most of the time. Again, sinus nodal re-entry. Only one is triggered focal atrial tachycardia, that is delayed atrial tachycardia because of the effect on the atrial SA node itself. Even adenosine can terminate this triggered focal atrial tachycardia. But any automatic tachycardias, it will not help. Other than that, delayed after deposition triggered or re-entry, usually adenosine works. Persistent atrial tachycardia with transient high degree AV block, it means most of the time it's an atrial flutter or macro re-entry focal atrial tachycardia. So atrial flutter, it usually decreases the conduction across the AV node, but atrial tachycardia, that is the number of P waves seen will be same. Only thing is that QRS complexes will reduce, that is ventricular complexes will reduce, so the P waves will be seen multiple. That is also transient high degree AV block may be seen. So this is how they have shared many ECGs also. 40 years old with chest pain. What is this? Like it appears like Wellens. So I have given myocardial ischemia most probably. The pulmonary embolism will be having S1Q3 T3 pattern, or tachycardia will be there, or there will be a tall R wave in V1, like RBBB strain morphology will be there. Usually in Wellens, no Q will be there, and all R will be preserved in all leads. And acute pericarditis, you should see PR segment depression and other STT changes. HOCM, obviously there should be some axis changes, and the R will be huge. You suspect somewhere R will be huge. So here no R is huge, so it's most probably myocardial ischemia. And now we come to the usual discussion. So after all these things we have discussed in the evening, this is on the most probably on February 1st we started it. So this is the February 1st discussion. True or false, typical angina should satisfy 3 characters. So many have said yes, obviously this has to satisfy 3 characters. That is, one is substernal or retrosternal discomfort, it should relieve on rest, or nitroglycerin. That is what is given. So this is how the discussion will go on. I have just shared the sample video. Soon, once the discussion in this group ends, like we are still in the end of the cardiac discussion, that is in the, we are most probably in the cardiac involvement of other organs and other systems, and then we will be discussing homeostasis. Most probably, if time permits, I have not discussed heart failure till now, so we may discuss heart failure also. If that also ends by this month end or by the middle of the next month, I may start with the video of these discussions. And I don't think anybody who have been contributing in discussion will get hurt, and if anything else is there, it should not be an issue. So by next month I will be discussing the video discussions, and I will be uploading directly into the YouTube channel which I have, and also in this group. So all the best to all of you. Thanks.